Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre. And yeah, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a late video right now. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, as a matter of fact. I'm sorry I don't have a gaming-related shirt on. Yeah, just kind of got out of the shower earlier and getting ready to go to bed, probably within an hour or so, I would say. So yeah, but I wanted to go ahead and do this video because I got some other games once again at the Goodwill. Once again, if you have a Goodwill near you, check it out every single day if you can, because people donate stuff all the time. But make sure you check those discs or cartridges or whatever it is you're going to look up. But I got a few other things here also that I want to show as well. But probably about 90% of this stuff is from the Goodwill. So anyways, yeah, all well and good, get it, if you will. But anyways, the first thing that we're going to start with here, as a matter of fact, is a game that I had been waiting excuse me, a long time for. Very happy to get it. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, his name is The Jokester, as a matter of fact, on YouTube, so you guys go check him out. He does unboxings as well and does some rant videos and things of that nature, but he ended up getting the limited edition of this, and I'm so happy that he got it, but at the same time, I was just like, you know, I was just kind of jealous. I mean, I still could have gotten it, but I just didn't because of the fact that I just didn't want to spend $100 on it, even though the stuff that came in it was awesome. It definitely was. But I ended up getting the regular edition, which came with a miniature art book. It came with a selection soundtrack. You know how I am about gaming soundtracks. Obviously, in the limited edition one, they had a lot more. But I think this only has like 5 tracks or something on it. But it also has a reversible sleeve as well, and that is Deus Ex, Lacrimosa of Data. And I was wondering, what the heck is Lacrimosa? Apparently, from what I read, it's Latin and it stands for weeping or something like that. But yeah, this is actually the alternate cover, as a matter of fact, for that. And there's the back right there. So yeah, I definitely had to flip it over. Obviously, I have the game inside the system, so you can't really see it. But yeah, there's the miniature art book that's inside of there. And pretty interesting stuff that we got in here. Yeah, gummit, I can't really show it like I want to. But yeah, some really gorgeous artwork. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. Yeah, it's a tiny one, but you know what? It's still really awesome. It's definitely really cool to see. And I haven't even bothered to listen to the soundtrack just yet, but there it is. I mean, that's still gorgeous. That's still some gorgeous art right there. And yeah, of course, you can see already what the regular cover was like on the game before I flipped it inside out. But yeah, it's been one of the main games that I've been playing lately. Definitely been enjoying it. Definitely glad that I got it. I've always liked the E series as well, so you guys should definitely check it out if you're into action RPGs, if you will. And speaking of RPGs, this is a turn-based RPG, and it came out on the 3DS. Now, I've never really been into this series. I've dabbled a bit in it, like on the PSP, but I know it's also been out on the Wii and some other titles on the 3DS as well. And of course, we have a new title that's coming out on this generation consoles, and I think it's coming out on PC too. I don't know. But this one in particular is on the 3DS, and that is Monster Hunter Stories. Now, obviously, this is a turn-based RPG set within the Monster Hunter universe, and it's colorful, it's quirky, it's cute, it's awesome, it's funny, it's fun, all of that. And basically, it's almost like Monster Hunter meets Pokemon meets turn-based JRPG, which I know that Pokemon is a turn-based JRPG, but the way that it plays out just kind of has more of like a traditional kind of turn-based vibe, if you will, if that even makes sense, because I guess Pokemon was the same way when it first came out. But yeah, this is definitely an awesome game. If you guys are into turn-based JRPGs or JRPGs in general or whatever, definitely check it out. It's definitely one to look into, and the story from what I've heard is very heartwarming also. And the only thing about this thing that I have a problem with is the fact that I don't know if it's my 3DS or if it's the game just pulling a whole lot of power from the system. I'm not really sure, but I ended up charging this a couple days prior, and I barely had played much of it at all. And suddenly the little battery light went red. It went from blue to red, like, it seems like almost immediately, only playing it for a little while over the course of maybe a couple days. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But surely enough, that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had to go ahead and charge it up again, leave it alone, let it charge, and then went back to start playing it again. I don't know if they'll send out a patch or something for this, or if it's just the fact that you know, newer games, because I have a 3DS XL, the one with the little analog nipple on it, you know, little rubber nipple that's on it that you flip back and forth with the camera for different games. I don't know if it's just the fact that games that are coming out now are actually more advanced on the 3DS, so it's pulling much more power, or if I may just have to get another new 3DS XL later down the line. I'm hoping not, but if I do, it'll give me an excuse to hopefully at least pick up the limited edition Samus one from Metroid, which is very, very lovely. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get through the rest of the deal here. And the next one that we got on queue here is Diddy Kong Racing for the DS, the Nintendo DS. I really don't know if I ended up talking about this or not, but it's Diddy Kong Racing on the DS. You know, just like Diddy Kong Racing was on the N64, if you will. So, not really too much to say about that. Next one that we got here is Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. Haven't put too much time into this, but from what I've seen, it has that classic JRPG feel to it, like the whole pixelated kind of 2D playing thing going on. I haven't even really gotten into any real battles or anything just yet since I just started it, but it really has that overall vibe to it. Next thing I want to show here, and I'm kind of just mixing everything up here, if you will, is actually a little art book. Now, this little art book that I got didn't even have a price on it. I got it at a place called Second Charles. It didn't even have a price on it. So I was like, do you guys have a price or anything on this? Or you know, is it free today? You know, I jokingly said that, obviously. I was like, you know, is there any type of price or anything that you can give me for it? Because if they would have been like outrageous with it, I wouldn't have picked it up. But they said, we can sell it to you for $5.99, because when they searched through their system, they didn't find it or nothing. I was like, yeah, so that'd be cool. And that is the art of Mortal Kombat. Oh, it feels so nice. It's just so shiny, and it just pops out. But yeah, this is definitely some really cool stuff. I don't even know if I could flip through this properly without screwing everything up. But yeah, definitely got some really cool stuff going on. Definitely some nice stuff. And the further you get back into it, the more messed up it seems like the artwork gets. But that's pretty freaking heavy metal, if you ask me. But yeah, for $5.99, oh shit. For $5.99, I was like, hell yeah, dude. I said, I'll definitely pay $5.99 for it. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, especially knowing how awesome some of the artwork is and all that. So, yeah, definitely glad to get that, especially at a very cheap price. I'm very, very mild tonight. One reason is my girlfriend is asleep, so, you know, don't want to wake her up or anything like that. But the next thing that we have here is actually a pop figure. Now, you guys remember when I actually ended up talking about the Lord of the Rings pop figures that I had previously? Well, this is another one of them. And this is the Big Daddy one, if you will, that was released within this series, and that is the Balrog. Right there, Lord of the Rings, the Balrog. When I saw this thing, I about pissed my pants. I was just so excited. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and unbox this baby right now and pop him out and see exactly what he looks like. And just take it from there. Oh, Jesus, that plastic just gets to me. But there he is, the Balrog from Lord of the freaking Rings. And it's kind of funny because Gandalf over there, actually, he has the look of where he was actually fighting the Balrog, and I think I might actually take a picture of the Balrog and also Gandalf standing there in front of one another. He's like, "You shall not pass in this path," you know. But yeah, definitely, you can twist his little head. No, Gandalf, you will not pass. You will pass straight down into the deepest dungeon of the highest peak and fight me and strike me down with the lightning bolt that shoots forth on your blade. I just ended up going ahead and predicting my own demise. Holy shit. I don't want to do that too much. I might end up pulling his head off. But yeah, it's definitely badass. Definitely really awesome. Glad that I picked this thing up because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, obviously. So yeah, there he is, sitting there all nice and purty like. I'm going to go ahead and set the box to the side. Don't know exactly where it's going to go, but maybe in the trash. But yeah, the pop is out now, and so the pop shall stay as such. The next one that we got here, and some people may actually hate on me for this, but you know what? Oh well. This has been considered to be one of the worst video game movies ever, but honestly, this is a reason why I got this. Because it's just so weird and stupid to me that it's awesome at the same time, and I'm just like, you know what? I gotta get it. It was like $4.99. It was $5 at Best Buy, and I was like, you know what? I gotta go ahead and get it because I remember it from my childhood. I remember just how stupid and wacky it was and just silly, and I got it really cheap, and it was on DVD as well. And that is Super Mario Brothers on DVD. Now I know obviously this isn't this isn't a video game or nothing like that, but other stuff I've been showing hasn't been video games either. But it's based off of the one of, if not the most popular video game franchise ever, which is dealing with Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. And yeah, I'm going to end up watching this really soon and relive all those childhood memories once again that I thought was just so crazy and silly at the time. The next one that we got here, now everything else that I'm going to end up showing here I actually got from the Goodwill, except for one thing, and I actually got that one from Second and Charles as well that I mentioned previously, and I got it for like $4 or something, and I heard it was like a really good game on the original Xbox, and that is Crimson Skies. Never have played it myself because of the time I never had an original Xbox, but now I do, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. And apparently it's like a dogfighting kind of game. Dadgummit, I forgot to take that friggin' price tag off. I hate that. I hate when you have price tags and crap on there like that, and stickers and just nasty shit. They have probably maybe I think 2 or 3 other copies of this, and they were varying in different prices. And I guess maybe obviously this is the cheapest one because it was a platinum hit, so it was one of those greatest hits kind of titles. So I guess they just went ahead and said, you know what, we'll just go ahead and make this the cheapest one. That's fine with me. I'm saving money, and I don't care if it's greatest hits or if it's the original. I don't give a crap about that crap. I just want the freaking game, and I want it in good condition. And the cool thing is that it actually ended up coming with this little thing on the bottom of the disc, which actually protected it from getting like scratches or scuff marks or smears or anything like that on there. And for a second, when I looked at it, I'm like, do I actually play the game with this on it to keep it from, messing up or anything like that? But I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I may end up messing up the system or the disc or something, or it might not play, so I went ahead and just took it off. But I definitely want to get something like this. I'm going to hang on to that one because that would definitely be helpful later on down the road. The next one that we got here on the list is The Getaway for PS2. Now, this was like one of those moments where they tried to have the game be like this over-the-top Hollywood kind of game, and it's set in London, and it's like some big mature crime kind of drama action game kind of thing. I never actually played it myself, but I've seen a lot in action with it. I've seen it in action, but never played it. And yeah, definitely looking forward to checking it out. I guess it got some positive reviews and some negative reviews, but I got it for $5, so I can't really complain. The next one that we got here on the list is actually Cuberoot, as a matter of fact. I got it for like $2 or something. And, I haven't played Cuberoot in a long time, and actually seeing footage of this just made me think, you know what, I really want to go ahead and pick this up. It's just over the top, it's wacky, it's silly, for $2, how can you go wrong? So definitely looking forward to giving that a go. The next one that we got here is Mafia, the original Mafia on PS2. Now, I have Mafia 2, put a little bit of time into it, didn't really get too far into it. I think one of the reasons is having the fact that the cops actually chase you if you go over the speed limit. I'm like, this is a video game, I don't want it to be realistic. But surely enough, they end up chasing after you, and the way that the cars were in that time, back in the 30s or 40s or 20s, or whenever the game ended up taking place for Mafia 2, they were just extremely slow, which obviously, they want to try to make it as authentic as possible. But yeah, so I don't know when I'll actually go back to it. But Mafia 3 is definitely one of my games of the year this year because it's freaking amazing. If you guys don't have Mafia 3, go get it because it's freaking amazing. I really do love it. That's honestly my favorite one out of the Mafia series because it's the first one I've actually finished. But the original one here, I've never played. I've heard good things about it, and for $5, I went ahead and said I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump on it. And some of these are actually complete too, as a matter of fact. This one is complete, and The Getaway, that's also complete as well. And we got Crimson Skies here, that is also complete. So yeah, it was really surprising me was seeing the fact that there was some real complete ones here. The next one that we got on the list here is a game that I had back when I had a PS, which I still have a PS2. I mean, I've got like, 2 PS2s. But this was a game that I had, back when it first came out. I don't know why I got rid of it. I think I was selling it because there was some other big game that was coming out that I really wanted to get at the time. But that is Dragon Ball Z Budokai. And yeah, this was definitely one of those fighting games that I really liked, really put quite a bit of time in. And I was such a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, which I'm still a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. And yeah, and this was complete too. It actually comes with a little poster, as a matter of fact. The poster itself is the book, so definitely really awesome, and going to get back into playing a little bit of Dragon Ball Z from way back when. This one right here has been a game that has been on my list forever and a day. This is probably like the prize game out of all of this whole big stack of stuff that I got going on here in terms of the games. And yeah, anytime I've ended up seeing this game online or elsewhere, it's actually been quite a pretty penny. And yeah, I just wasn't going to be paying that amount for it. But I found it for $8, and it's complete, and the disc looks like it's really, really good. And that is the very first Drakengard. Yep, I found this baby for $8 at a Goodwill, and I've always been wanting to check it out and play it. And this is actually one of those series that ended up having a spin-off to the Nier series, which Nier Automata is one of my favorite games of this year. And one of the endings of this actually brought about the Nier series, so I definitely want to go and look it's complete too. I mean, that's just badass right there, so I'm definitely looking forward to going and actually giving this a shot and playing it, because I've seen footage of it, but I've never actually played it, and I do want to get the second one too. I have the third one on PS3, as a matter of fact, but yeah, I really want to try to grab up the second one sometime at some point, so that was definitely a surprise for me when I found it just sitting there in the glass case at the Goodwill. I'm like, yep, that's mine. I got to check the disc first, though, and surely enough, it was good. The next one that we have on the list here for PS2 is Headhunter. Yeah, I know it's got those stickers and crap on there. It just pisses me off to no end. But anyways, I have seen footage of this. It's like a third-person driving action game, third-person shooter kind of thing. Heard both positive and negative. Haven't played it just yet. Seen footage. Seemed interesting. And for $5, how could I really end up going wrong? I guess it was good enough to the point to actually spawn out a sequel. I think it has a sequel. So yeah, definitely going to have to check it out and see what I think about it. Next one that we got on the list here is Extermination. Now, I guess this is some type of like survival horror action game on the PS2, but I have never played it. I have seen very little footage of it, and I said, well, it's something I've never experienced or know anything about, and if I can get it on the cheap, and that's exactly what I did. The next one that we got here is Deus Ex: The Conspiracy. Probably what some consider to be one of the greatest like first-person shooter action RPG whatever that you can possibly think of out there. And I used to have this on PS2 way back when. Sold it. Now I got it again. Definitely happy to have it again and go back and experience what I had before, but making completely different choices and see where the game takes me this time around. I never actually beat it though. But I think I actually had gotten it for maybe a couple dollars on PC a couple years ago, I believe, but I never really put much time into it. But I'm definitely glad to be able to own it physically. I'm so happy to be able to finally own that physically once again. And the last game that we have here on the list that we are going to show today is another Dragon Ball Z game, as a matter of fact, and that's actually Budokai 2. Yeah, it's the one with the nice and flashy holographic whatever, you can't really see it, cover. But yeah, definitely glad to end up getting this once again. I don't even know if I ever had Budokai 2. I know I had the first one, obviously, considering I have it here, but this one is also complete, as a matter of fact. So definitely good out seeing some of these things be complete. Yeah, Deus Ex is complete as well. Let's see, Extermination isn't. Let's see, Headhunter is as well. So yeah, definitely ended up coming out pretty good there with some of them being complete like they are. But anyways, one other quick thing that I want to show to you that we also ended up getting at Second and Charles, and of course you know that there is a lot of different types of Kit Kat flavors, and most of them seem like they're over in Japan. Well, the Second and Charles place actually ended up getting some imports from Japan, and they had like cookies and cream ice cream Kit Kats, and then they had some other flavors that I can't remember, but it was $10 for a bag of these. Now, because of the fact of it being an import and a flavor that you never tried before or anything like that, but I said, you know what? Yeah, first time for everything, so I said, what the hell, I'm going to go ahead and get a bag of them. And that is Kit Kat right here. Obviously, it's imported from Japan, and it is strawberry cheesecake flavored Kit Kats, as a matter of fact. And me and my girlfriend had some of them, and they are good. They're pretty freaking good for sure. But in a way, they kind of taste like strawberry quick. If you've ever had the quick, like either the syrup or the powder that you would put in milk and stir it around and make a nice little tasty drink. It basically kind of tasted like that, which is well and fine and good with me because I like strawberry quick. I like it more so than I do chocolate quick. I think there's a banana quick and a vanilla quick as well, and those are like freaking awesome. So yeah, but anyways, I do believe that is everything that I have to show this evening, and even though I didn't want this to go on for as long as it did. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll actually end up getting some streams going on again. I know I haven't been doing that lately. I've just been dealing with some other things and trying to get a job all lined up and everything, and yeah, it's just been, my brain has just been scrambled like an egg. But anyways, I will go ahead and I will end this like I always do. Later, taters.